Hello, welcome to another video. Uh, this one is obviously a little different. My video editing software isn't working because I don't have headphones, which sounds brain dead, but that is the crux of the problem. I forgot them at my parents' house, so that's where we're at with that. I hope the audio is good. What I would usually use for the audio on my phone makes the audio a lot worse. So I think just my phone's raw audio might do the trick here. Anyway, I was going to upload a video, but like I said, I couldn't edit it. So I'm just going to film a video straight from my phone and upload that straight to YouTube. Yeah. I hope that'll work. Because for some reason, the videos I take on my phone aren't compatible with my video editing software. I don't know why. There's a lot of stuff that I just accept and don't understand. Actually, kind of the reason why I wanted to do this is because I'm babysitting a friend's cat, and she is currently looking at me very cute. She's only a kitten. She's only 9 weeks old, a little older than 9 weeks, and she's very sweet, which kind of got me thinking about something I want to talk about. I don't know a lot about this, like I really don't, but I know enough about it that I feel like I want to present it, get minds thinking, because I know I'm not the only person like this. When I was still in therapy, my therapist mentioned the word empath, which, as far as I understand it, is just somebody who is. Here, I'm going to give myself something to fidget with, otherwise, I'm going to keep being distracted. Is someone who is, I guess, capable of feeling in great quantities. And that can lead to issues. We kind of, I stopped being able to afford therapy kind of around the session where we brought it up, and she told me that it's not a bad thing, it's actually like a superpower. It would have been nice to elaborate on that a little more, because it certainly doesn't feel like a superpower. And an example that I would like to give is, the plan was I was going to look after the kitten for a couple days and then bring it back either to my family's house, where they have someone there all the time and there's other animals for her to play with, which honestly is kind of a negative thing at the same time, because the other animals don't necessarily get along with her. Not all of them, some of them do. Or just bring her back to her apartment, and then my family, who lives closer to my friend's apartment, they can go check on her like once a day. So yesterday was the day I was supposed to bring her over to my parents' house before work, and we were driving along the road, and I'm not proud to admit this, but like I started like crying, and like she was in the box. I had her in a little like carrier box, like cat carrier box next to me, and I had my fingers in the holes so that she knew I was there, and I was trying to sing and like just keep her company, let her know she wasn't like alone. But she was like crying, like she was meowing these devastatingly sad meows, and my friend who's on vacation, she'll be gone for a week, which is the longest she since getting the kitten. Wow, sorry. Which since getting the kitten is the longest that they'll have been separated by like a great margin. They've never been more than like 8 or 9 hours apart, I think. So I already felt bad about the kitten and like being separated from her mom, and I felt bad about, like, it just felt like, I know it's not what, pretty much it just hurt to try and like separate her again from someone, because she's really like to hear, like whenever I walk through the house, she'll like follow me, and like she'll like come up and like attack my feet if I'm standing doing something for long enough, and like run away really quick and like hide around a corner. Like she just likes being around people. And when I work, my friend works 8-hour shifts, and she lives really close to home, so like when she gets off work it takes like 2 minutes to get home. I work thankfully I have my friend's car instead of the bus, so it takes me a lot less time to get to and from work. So I only work about like 6 hours, six, like maybe a little more than six, counting like the drive. So I'm already seeing her, like like the time apart is already a lot less. It's not like all the time, but I also feel like it's good. I'm just venting at this point about like justifying keeping her with me, which my friend is very happy about, and she's very understanding and trusts that I can do it. And I think that honestly, her reasoning for dropping it off at my friend's house was because she knew how stressful it was for me to keep an animal. Which brings me to the actual point I'm trying to make with all this is prior to uh, taking in the kitten and keeping her here, and like even when my friend had the kitten for, like for a few weeks, um, like my heart like hurt. Like it was actually like painful to try and like just know that like something like this kitten like exists. Like she's a good thing. She's just like a perfect thing. Like she's innocent. She just is so like trusting and loving and caring, and like she just embodies everything that you would want in a companion. She's also very kind. Like when she's playing, she'll use her teeth and claws. But then when she plays with you, she'll bite you very softly, and she won't use her claws at all. She's very like I don't know, like she's very empathetic. I feel like, and so, which brings me so, like I said, like my therapist was like, hey, like, and like it extends to people too. Like I have a really whenever I see someone like in pain or going through a hard time, like to the point where like it costs me like my well-being, I'll do what I can for that person. I like even if it comes at great expense to myself. And I have a really hard time like visiting rest homes, and like I used to work at a special needs place, and like it was really fulfilling is the thing, like watching over Marnie and like doing that job, like visiting my grandpa when like he was alive at the rest home. Like it was fulfilling to do that stuff because, and maybe it was just because I felt like I was like influencing the situation positively, like I was putting it in my hands, and I think that's kind of, to me at least, from what I like have been taught about it, like to me that's kind of the crux of empathy, of being an empath, whatever that actually means, because I'm still not totally sure. Certainly don't see how it's a superpower. It feels like a detriment because you see like a kitten, anyway, the point I was trying to make is I forgot. Oh, oh, she's a. Maybe you'll see her in the back. Yeah, there she is. She's a black cat, perfect for autumn time. Perfect all the time, huh, Marty? That's her name, Marty. Oh. Anyway, sorry, that was a lot of time wasted on just quiet, but yeah, it's. I think that's what empathy is you see something that like you relate to something so much, like if it's whether it's a tiny little kitten or someone that you care about who's hurting, or someone you don't even know that you see is like hurting or struggling, like what like whatever it is, like you relate to something so much to the point where it hurts, just because like Marnie, ever since my friend got Marnie has guaranteed like she's gonna have like a good life. Like my friend is one of the most loving and caring and emotionally like knowledgeable people when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like Marnie could not have gotten a better owner. She is going to be loved and cared for the rest of her life, and it will be like a full life. Like she'll be fine, unless something like horrible outside of anyone's control happens, I guess. But like that's the thing is like I know that, but like I still like I care for like it will just keep using Marnie as the example, I guess. Like I care for like Marnie so much that it's like, and like my friend, that it like hurts knowing that something like could happen and that something could go wrong, which is kind of a silly sentiment, I guess, because like that's just anxiety. I have a small grocery list of mental illness, and on that is anxiety. I don't remember what the exact diagnosis was because it was years ago, but just bad, gnarly anxiety, um, which we later found out has a fun little square dance with bipolar and bad depression. So I know that's like all of it. Like intrusive thoughts are always there. Like when I got into work yesterday, I was telling my coworker that I was swapping shifts with like how I had a kitten. Like I was babysitting a kitten, and like she's at home, and I'm really nervous because like I haven't left her alone this long. But like my friend had, I was like telling him all this, and he was like, "Oh, like she'll be fine. Like don't, I wouldn't worry about her." And then I was like, "I know, but like what if I get there and like the kitten's like dead?" And then he was like, "What?" Which was kind of honestly a nice reality check for me because I like all day was like legitimately worried, like what if Marnie dies while I'm gone, like she like hangs herself for like, I don't know, like horrible things that we don't need to get into. But then him saying like, "Whoa, like why would you even think that? Like is there anything in your room?" And I was like, "No, not really. Like I cleaned it as best I could. Like you can tell it's cluttered, but she's a good kitten. She's spazzy when she's like playing, but like she's really mellow and like doesn't super like climb and stuff, and so like she's safe, and I know she will be." And he was like, "Well then like don't worry about it. Like why would you think that?" And so maybe like if that's the issue, is like the dance between caring about an animal, caring so much, but then also having the thoughts that make it scary, which I think kind of help make you care more. Like when you care about something and like you care about it, but then like on top of that, you like when you have those intrusive thoughts and they're gnarly, it's like they kind of make the caring more potent because it kind of puts into reality like, yeah, probably like I'm not going to come home to Marnie being dead, but if like that's something that's on my mind to an unhealthy amount, so like when I'm with Marnie, like I want to take care of her, let her know she's loved and that she was cared about, and so that way if something does happen to her, she'll at least have had a loving and fulfilling life. And I guess that kind of like that translates to everything. Like I've been using Marnie as an example because she's like right there and a very fresh like new thing, but like that applies to everything. Like the other day like I had no good reason for it, just I had me and my roommate, who's also my friend, were coming into the house after buying some dinner, and we had like great like grocery bags and stuff, and for no reason it was a fun night. We were laughing and joking around, and it was like a very like go lucky night as much as it can be. I on the doorstep just had a like bad foreboding feeling, that made me feel like I just knew that like my dad wasn't going to make it until the morning, like he was going to die sometime during the night. And so like I texted him and was like, "Hey, like I love you, I appreciate you, like all the stuff you've done for me recently," and like I just like sent him a thing like that, and he knows my mental illness, like my mental health is like really bad, and so I think he thought something was going on with me. And so we called for a bit and just kind of talked, and like both like under like subtly made sure we were okay. And then the next day came and he was fine. We were texting just like 45 minutes ago. And it doesn't help that I grew up in a really religious like background, and so whenever I get feelings like of anxiety or like doubt, that defaults to me wondering if it's God telling me, and like I don't know, that adds a whole layer of frustration and anxiety to things, because it's like sometimes anxiety isn't anxiety, sometimes anxiety is God telling me that my dad's going to die, and but it's not. And yeah, that's a whole separate topic to talk about though. But yeah, I'm gonna. I know. I don't want to leave Marnie alone for too long, but after I get off work, our friend that I mentioned from Germany is going to be in the airport. Like, she's going to be arriving like an hour away, and it'll take about an hour for me to get to work to the airport. But I'd really like to stop by my parents' house because my work is much closer to my parents' house than my house is. And I'd like to get my headphones so I can edit videos and not just keep doing this. I feel like it's awkward just talking without anything, but I don't know, maybe people dig that. I haven't intentionally been keeping my face out of videos. I just have no way to put it in videos. But I know that Let's Plays are a lot more, like everything honestly is a lot more just engaging if you can see the person. So maybe this is better. I don't know. I don't know. But in any case, yeah, that'll be tonight. So yes, I have some videos ready ish as soon as I can actually edit them. I have them ready to upload, and then I have a few ideas of how I can upload more videos once I can edit them. So for now, this is it. But I don't want to go more than 3 days. I think that's way too long, and yeah, so we'll see. But in any case, thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you. I hope that anything I said resonated with you in some way, because I tend to ramble, and I don't know if any points come out, but whether or not I made any points, I hope that someone watching this was able to relate to it and understand something a little better, or at least be able to ask questions. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.